portal is just what you push. Come on, set.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking...
The harbor.
Oh.
The lieutenant...
I think we've got...
As you... The contrast...
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help. The Kodima Madakwa. Sorry, I would never have guessed. That's fair. This was before. I'm not sure. I wasn't even sure about our old...
Do we really have time for this?
All right.
All around you, rain falls. The spring thaw must be here. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battles, humid. Your coat shields you from the rain, while the city, sheets of rain over the ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet. Beyond your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder, looking down at you. You realize you have no shoes on. From the corner of his eye, the lieutenant gives your feet a worried glance. Rain drips from his glasses. The lieutenant nods. Then, behind the gates, heaps of supply crates. Redden, La Drusienne, King Dries, passenger, Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city, a silvery curtain of rain. You have never been there. They don't need the law. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.4 hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost. The morning, a yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar.
I have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, standing in the rain, looking north, in the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under collapsed storm drains.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
have no shoes on. From the corner of his eye. This window is pristine.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain? Why not? Officer, what brings you?
She looks back. Don't worry. We will protect you from it. We will see through deceits. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that lie. Nothing. Anything out of the air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. She presses her elbows. Her hair brushes her shoulder. The strange moment ends. It was brief. No longer than 2.2 seconds.
Yes.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you...
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal.
Get a grip, he thinks. At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Yeah? Alright. Not my favorite topic, but okay. I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silver...
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium, not raped here. Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. How about we, you know...
She puts her coffee with a soft... This does not...
Did he? I never said he was a good man.
She doesn't care. If anything...
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via...
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
The phrase was used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, and then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just... running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together. Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys record? Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be it.
Did he tell you he had actually done...
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for detail.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you...
She takes a very small sip of her coffee.
Like, for example...
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army...
Lelystad. We have a few questions you can help us with.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying the last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
In Oranje, officer.
The Lelystad municipality.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Yes.
Did that bring you...
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk.
Sex. No love for Mother Aranye. But wasn't he a soldier? The young woman is smiling, still, about there.
He was 42.
42? Are you...
He had many scars that made him appear older. We even celebrated his birthday like...
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant. Then she's clearly sensing something. A spike in testosterone level.
Blue. Light blue. They were like... Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft...
He had a combat...
Yes. Severe.
Ah, yes.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave. Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
The young woman nods.
Oh, that. It was a map of his life and the places he visited as a soldier. How? Imagine him lying in bed.
Is this Oranese lit?
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes. And so it goes. Star after star. Port after... Oh yeah. No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms. From a small town. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands too. All. Change of topic, perhaps? Why do you ask? Wow. A mystic. How intriguing. Maybe you're interpreting them wrong?
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK.
Good for you.
What do you...
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after
Is she avoiding? See? There's something off here.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee. Wait, stop. That man, below the damage, the weeks of... How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. You could ask either one of them.
Huh? How old? 58. You asked. Actually, make that 54. Alcohol, and I was wrong about the age of the...
Wait. This requires scientific to the laboratorium.
Hello, officer?
Just like the last time. Don't worry, we will see you.
Hello, officer? What
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into. I have bad news. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. You too. Me? What did these guys are compromised? She's got them singing along to her tune. Believe it. There's no way of knowing. All bullshit, man. Especially that. No fucking way, man. Really? Quick glory. Truth. I take it back. It's got it. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature. How it always does. Through subtlety. There's nothing you can do about it. No. It's better to know you're being played. I think it's safe to assume, yes, Mr. Thespian here hasn't been. She is a lady, most. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths. That is correct. And a little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, that's good. The less paranoid option. You can trust them. Just, you can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says, she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaped. See? It's oddly moderate. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got the. For a second, her face disappeared. Still smiling. A tired smile.
Again? I can't.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? And that fucking fucker.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Dark. Dark is when you start. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good. Goddamn.
Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She's
All right. I'll fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors.
This is just perfect. Just fucking...
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head. Handled him?
Yes, yes, we heard all about it, and...
I already told you. We fucking handled.
There's less gusto in his voice now.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him.
You know what? I am. Next time you see her, that lion's. Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can.
What is this quiet funeral shit?
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100?
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Fat Angus. Just remember, it's outside under the rising sun. Tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her. Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get...
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
It wasn't that. It wasn't.
That's it. That's the weak.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
We didn't kill him. We didn't...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand. Angie, where's you go?
I left it home.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of...
Lizzie, your help.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
Me too.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
'Cause the girls asked us to.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them?
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least...
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hookers.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. We went upstairs. Sure as day the merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window.
He means they'd been...
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her.
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. Not yet. Just some idea. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Clausia. Maybe the shot missed.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself.
In a manner.
Remember the 2 girls? He may be talking about the other.
That's right. It was her idea to hang him.
The big guy, the blonde.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. You do that. Hey, cop.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside.
She, Clausia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, that's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox. The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence. banged up motor carriage. It must be. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez?
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. The logo is too deep in the moon.
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet.
The estimate is correct.
Let's wait for the low tide then.
Great idea. Then we can get the Joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this Joyrider. Maybe he's...
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
As you sit down in the old rust, the hinges creak under your weight. Dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant. The tune on your lips. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Two birds on a wire. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a top. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both...
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
God, I hope so.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since. It is a simple and rugged machine. Yes, 41.
It's as if he knows what it stands for. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it. So
the lieutenant just shakes his head.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here. Of whom? I don't think so.
Probably. Try definitely.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly. Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
The lieutenant adjusts. There is also a fourth, more precious than the gun. The badge.
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few... well, not cheaper. This motor carriage cost 40,000 real. Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget.
This was 20% of the station's...
Yes. Let's go take a look.
The bow collector. It's early in the morning. The world is dark blue. The sparks light her face. police badge on which you see the photo.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets, you see a photo, a name. The man keeps winking at you with his, but the badge is new. You used an 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is, what do you think? His face is already the badge in your hand shines as you rotate it. Catch.
Harrier, that's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. It's a wartime name, revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during trouble.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you...
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice. There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be... And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers. Kings like satellite officers.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
No, I've been putting up with you because it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And no...
He trusts you, for now. Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a...
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct...
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an...
4 months ago. A new badge usually comes with...
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death... You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. A lot can happen in 4 months.
I remember that time! That was a good time! We had a good work-drink balance going!
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people.
Roberts, Foyer, the badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Yes?
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I've...
Indeed. You're always... Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of story. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many... No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate... Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is.
Come. To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss...
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another.
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
Sure is. The sunlight. Let's see. I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate? Aha! Like two old guys have been wandering around here. Nose in sand. I don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you look? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sometimes I also walk...
Keep it professional, man. Don't make it sound like you're hitting on her.
Wood. Pieces of glass. Bottles, drugs also. Lost cop.
All right. Major choice moment. You only get to ask one thing. It would be weird to say them all. Choose wisely.
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer.
You're not sure about them.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in close. Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan! Shows you got...
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years. No, not new person. He was boarding. Needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him. And
she says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
oh, the you.
That's you, all right.
You're not. No one around here comes...
Maybe they are, because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor. Ah, look at me ramble on. Stay. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the house. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. That's exactly how they get ya. That's why we built our own cinder block houses on the seaside. So we don't have to give money to vote. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. Don't make an old woman regret opening her house.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you.
He's a little relieved you're not, should he? This environment
Finally, you have those lamos of Martinez off your...
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. This is pretty much a non-place.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Well, there's Lillian and her, and then there's the drugs. Lillian is tough. Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find. Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea.
An old military hospital, and it's around.
The old woman shakes her.
Now the area is... The goodwill ran out. The staff...
She nods, rinsing another piece of...
Me? No one. Just an old watch. Now it's your turn, Mr. Quite a handle you got there. Not much. Where's the abandoned? Some things just don't fly, officer.
So...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening.
She's not telling you all she knows. Keep her talking.
Before you get to the church, there's, I don't know exactly, a pre-war place. Of note, the old fish market up on the boat. What? You're one of us real. Used to be a supply, and now you know every...
Hello, mister.
She clutches a small stuffed animal. Occasionally, she twirls.
Yes, I am. Little, that's nice. My mum is great. Oh.
Where did you get...
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide.
She doesn't want you to think she stole.
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them.
We're going to need those gloves. It's...
Oh. They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the car. It's a grouse!
You might be able to get on Garth's good side if you replace the broker's...
I don't know. Sure, just go and get it. I don't like it.
All right. You just need to grab it from the seat.
It's Lammy! He's my friend.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days.
Yes. Very soft. Isn't he soft? Bye!
The door has...
I'll wait outside to give you some time. After we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the...
The key turns with a satisfying click. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand. The water reflects back a vague image of your face. A brisk coastal wind still howls. The room feels muffled.
What is this place to you?
Westward, across the canal, in a small shack in the far away on the corner of Perdition and the Main, a nondescript building, obscured in a haze. It's vacant and lost, just like its tenant. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up.
Look.
The bed is comforting. weather has not been kind to Lily's.
The little castle? The reigning lord must have come up.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed.
Congratulations.